Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Just a Touch of J, and I'm coming at you, getting ready to put it all out there in pieces, baby. What's cracking with my babies, huh? What y'all out there doing? Are y'all out there shining on them, huh? Living your best life, doing what it is that you do, huh? Y'all out there, doing that 1-2 on them. I know you out there just being so thorough and so wise. And why do I know that y'all are out there being thorough and wise? Come on, man. What's the first reason? First of all, because God made you that way. Yes, shout out to you, God. Yes, always gotta give a shout out to God. Yes, because he made us that way. And this is Just a Touch of J, baby. Y'all know I put it out there in pieces for you, okay? Now listen, what's the second reason why I tell y'all that I know that y'all are out there being so thorough and so wise, huh? Come on, y'all already know. Because y'all are out here listening to me, baby. Yes, and you got to be thorough. And you got to be wise if you are out here listening to me, man. Because I'm thorough and I'm wise. And again, this is Just a Touch of J, baby. I'll put it out there in pieces for you, okay? Now, look, I also have to give a shout out to my haters. I have to. You know, my haters, you know, the nosy people that come around, you know. And what do I say to these haters, y'all? Huh? Hi, haters. Because y'all need this work too. Yes, y'all need this work too. So listen. Oh my gosh, mama got to drop a dime on y'all. But before I drop a dime on you, I got to tell y'all thank you. Listen here, y'all have really been showing mama love. Like, oh my gosh, I get so like sentimental. Like when I start thinking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, because I love my babies. Like y'all just be showing me so much love. Like, oh man, like lately, like this week has been something. I mean, y'all been crying and everything, child. I said, oh my God, this is Just a Touch of J. What y'all out here doing? Y'all out here giving me y'all testimonies and everything. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all are out here doing what it is that you do and being authentically yourselves, not being afraid to be vulnerable with me. I love it. Thank you so much. And you know what else? Thank you for going over. My name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. Y'all been showing some love on there. Yes, I've been putting out my little posts, my thoughts, and I got a devotional that's coming out, and I've been putting that out there a little bit for y'all. You know, with my thoughts and things like that. Shouting out Sarah Jakes Roberts. Yes, I love her. Shout out to you, Sarah, if you listening. Shout out, that's TD Jake's daughter. She is just so thorough and so wise. Oh my gosh, I love her. You know, listen here. Definitely got to shout y'all out for going over to Making Love in V's Kitchen. Yes, on IG. And Veronica's Guide to Making Love in the Kitchen, the Cookbook of Love on Facebook. Y'all been peeping their food. And on the Just a Touch of J app. Y'all been showing some love. Yeah, mama been dropping them daily posts. Okay, so make sure y'all check that out on the Just a Touch of J mobile app. You know, check out all my social media. Just Google Just a Touch of J and you'll find me. You know, click the link in the bios and stuff, okay? I just wanted to tell y'all thank you so much. I love y'all. Keep it coming. And listen, mama got to drop a dime on you. Because the same way I'm giving y'all stuff, y'all are giving me stuff too. So you know what? We got to talk about reciprocity. Oh my gosh. So listen here, y'all. Let's talk about reciprocity. Yeah, we got to talk about this thing. So let me tell you what reciprocity is. For those of y'all who don't know, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. I can't forget. Thank you guys. Y'all know y'all got me rocking in like over 200 places worldwide now. What are y'all out here doing? Oh my gosh. This is Just a Touch of J, y'all. I'm just trying to put it out there in pieces for you. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. I love y'all so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I must say though that the US, y'all are getting up there, but right behind y'all. Oh my gosh. Lagos, Nigeria. Y'all are doing y'all little one too. In Japan. All y'all out there in the UK. Y'all following right up. So just thank you so much. Okay, now listen. Let's get to the definition of reciprocity. Y'all ready? So, I'm giving y'all that goodness, y'all giving me the goodness back, right? That's reciprocity. So reciprocity is basically the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit. Okay? So look, this is just such a J. Like I said, let me go on over here and put this thing out there in pieces for you, baby. All right? So look, I'm doing what it is that I do, right? And I'm sitting up here looking at T.D. Jakes, the Bishop T.D. Jakes. Y'all know when I'm working out and stuff, I love to listen to the pastors. It just gets me going. I just keep it on YouTube. And wherever God just wants me to see, I'm like, okay. I just let it play. Chill. Why T.D. on here talking about commitment? I said, oh my gosh. And then God started asking me, what are you committed to? And I said, oh my gosh. And look, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get it together. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Look, he said, what are you committed to? So I started thinking, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to that and all of that, right? And then he said, I need you to talk to my babies. And I said, what? He said, yeah, some of them out there struggling like you used to struggle. I said, all right, God, well, what you want me to tell him? He said, watch the message. Let me know what you get out of the message. And then I want you to talk to him about this commitment stuff. And how you used to struggle with it, because they out there struggling with it too. Okay, so look, this is just a touch of J. Let's get this thing cracking. All right? So, commitment, right? There has been areas and times in my life, especially when I was younger, child. And y'all know I always give my testimony. I keep it 100 with y'all. And I used to be like struggling a little bit with commitment. Are y'all out there struggling with that? I mean, like, seriously, let's talk. Let mama drop a dime on you, okay? So my thing was, look, let me tell you a story. So Pastor King was my pastor back home in Jersey. God rest his soul. He passed away not too long ago. Shout out to Pastor King. Pastor King was all that. So, I was in this relationship with this guy. We was going to get married and everything, right? And, like, it started getting rough for me. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a lot going on. I don't know if I was scared or what, because I knew he was getting ready to propose. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I was a little nervous, right? Because I knew the family knew, I had heard it through the grapevine, like one of them things, and I wasn't supposed to know, but I found out. And then I started getting like nervous and stuff. But, we was going through some things, okay? Everybody go through stuff. But anyway, so look, one night I called up my pastor. Yeah, I said, oh my God, Pastor King, something ain't right. I think I got some type of issues, right? It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night, child. It was late. I called his cell phone. Pastor King said, he called me Jilliana. That's what he used to call me. My name is Jillian, y'all. He called me Jilliana. I ain't never correct him, no that. I just let him call me whatever he wanted to call me. But look, he said, okay, well, look, he said, what's wrong, right? I remember that. He said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I just feel like I get scared at certain times and like I don't want to deal with stuff. So he said, well, it sounds like, what he told me, y'all. He said, it sounds like I had this issue with like basically like commitment and stuff like that. He said, it could have stemmed from when you was younger. He said it could be like a tolerance issue. And that's why, you have an issue with being committed. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. He said, listen, I want you to come into the office so we could talk about it. We're going to go through this right here. We're going to do a little counseling. So look, I'm all down for it. I had no problem. So I go into the office, we do the little counseling. And I found out that, yeah, I was suffering. I had some things going on. Are y'all out there going through that? Y'all going through that? Like y'all got like tolerance issues and you just like, oh my God. And it just messes with you, like your commitment. Well, listen, y'all, this is just a touch of it. We got to talk about this because look, I'm sitting up here watching Bishop and Bishop talking about it. And then God said, you put it on my heart. You all know what happened when I started thinking. I said, I got to put this out there in pieces for him, baby. So if y'all are out there struggling with commitment, what that means is that you have some issues, child, and we got to work on this. This is 2020. I can't have my babies out here lost. No. This is the year of the 2020 visions where everybody says, so look, I've been rocking with that, okay? So, oh my gosh, so let's talk about this. So, New Year's resolutions and all that type of stuff. You always out here setting them. Look, we in February. I ain't gonna act like I ain't lying. I went through some stuff too already. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to be committed to this. Y'all out there going through that? Because TD Jakes said it's an issue. So what TD Jakes does is that he starts talking about this whole committed thing, right? And this is what he says. He said, first of all, you got to be committed to God, okay? Reciprocity, okay? You have to be. You got to, he said, biblically, okay, for those of y'all who rocking with the Lord, y'all know, you can't be out here half behind serving God like, oh yeah, I believe you. And then soon as things don't go your way, you like, you know what, forget God, I'm done with this church thing, or I'm done with this higher power thing, or I'm done with this universe thing, or I'm done with this Islamic thing, and now you want to be a Buddhist, and then you want to be a Catholic, and then you want to turn around and you want to be a 5%er, and then you want to be a Jehovah's Witness, then you want to go back and be a Christian. You all over the place, right? Because it's not, it's not doing anything for you, right? You just want this real quick thing. You don't really want to be committed. Y'all out there going through that? Is anybody out there like just switching through religions? Every time you turn around, you like, no, that ain't working. Let me go over here. It might not be working for you because you're not giving that reciprocity. You just want to take, but you don't want to give. Okay, now look, let me see if I can go here with this one. Family, right? Your family. Okay, let's say you got children, cousins or whatever. You're supposed to be rocking with them. But some people out here, this is how my nanny used to be. My nanny, okay, shout out to you, nanny, R.I.P., my nanny Harris. She ain't play them games. She was like this. Look, we all gonna be up in here. We could be up in, a couple of us up in the bed around here. Some of us gonna lay on the floor here. Some of us gonna do this here. I don't know how we gonna make it, but we gonna make it. Now, some other people on the Harris side, I ain't gonna say them names or nothing. I don't want to put nobody out there in pieces, but they don't rock like how Nanny used to rock. They like, look, you on your own. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought we was family. Yeah, they not doing that. They're not committed to the family thing. Like when you have children, and let's just say your son steals from you and your son gets locked up, okay? And your son gets put on drugs. Not put on drugs, but he gets, addicted to drugs. Or your sister or somebody like that. Y'all supposed to still have each other's back. Now I understand, you got to watch them, especially if they got certain addictions and stuff, because, they could take from you. They could mess you up, but you're still supposed to always be there. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're committed to the family. Okay, you rocking with me. You don't just say, I'm done with you and you just done. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be rocking with them regardless. This is what TD Jakes is talking about. He said, you got to be committed. And some of y'all like this, like, I'm good. You ready to leave them alone. When things ain't going your way, you want more from them than they're giving you. No exchange, no mutual exchange, no reciprocity. Okay, look, let me go over here. Relationships. Oh, I know you're going to get this one. Oh, man, if I can't put nothing out there in pieces for you, I definitely know about some relationships. Mama been in a few. This is just a Saturday, baby. I'm trying to put this out there in pieces for you, okay? There was a time where, like I told y'all, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on? Because I would give so much of me, and I wasn't getting the same back, the mutual. I'm up there, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I'm like, daggone, I can't even. So what he says is about relationships is that they'll never work. They will never work if you're putting out more than you're getting, because there's no equal exchange of reciprocity. So what he says is you need to write down everything that you're getting from this person that you're in a relationship with, and then put out, okay, so let's just say you're getting conversation, you're getting communication, you're getting gifts, you're getting, I don't know, love, dinner, I don't know, whatever it is that you're getting. Okay, are you giving the same? He said, write it down. Like, make a little list. Just a little list of 5 to 10 things. Is it adding up? Are you getting all this stuff, but you ain't giving the same back in return? He said, if you are, and you doing that, you got a problem with commitment. He said, when things don't go your way, you out. Now, I'm not talking about y'all that's really, really out there. I'm talking about, because some of y'all really out there, y'all giving y'all best. You really are. You like, look, you're pouring your heart out. You're trying. You letting that heart talk. You out there really doing your little 1-2. And like the person just ain't giving nothing back the same way. You like, gosh, it's like pulling teeth. And after a while, what he says is that anybody will quit because they'll give up because they're not getting that even exchange, that reciprocity. But some of y'all ain't even giving it, but y'all mad that y'all not getting it, so y'all out. Soon as something happens, soon as things don't go your way, you know what? Listen here, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Okay, I told y'all, look, I used to run from love. This is just a touch day. I don't know if it was real love, fake love, whatever felt like it was something that was coming to me. I was like, I can't deal with it because I had my own issues. Are y'all going through that? Huh? Let's go to the next thing that he talked about. Look, y'all, this is just a touch of J, baby. I'm trying to put this out there in pieces for you. Okay, so the next thing, he said your dreams. Are y'all out there going through stuff like with your dreams? Like, I mean, seriously, like you got this dream and stuff, but you like throwing pennies at it. That's what he said. He said, you ain't, putting in the full work. You ain't doing what it is that you do. You're not really committed to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you like, oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and write the book, but you like write like 2 pages. Or you going ahead, you like, you know what, support my business, but you don't even market it. You ain't even put it on social media. You ain't doing nothing. Like, we're in the new age of knowledge. You can put yourself out there in pieces a lot of different ways. But you're not doing it, but then you mad because ain't nobody, supporting and, sewing into your business. Don't nobody want to put no money out there, buy none of your products and that because you only post like one product, every 6 months. They don't know what's going on. It's equal exchange. How can you expect someone to give you anything when you ain't giving the same in return? Reciprocity. T.D. Jakes basically said, the bishop said, you ain't going to get nowhere in life when you live like that. Nothing is going to work. That's what he says. Y'all out there going through stuff and nothing ain't working. You might want to think about how committed you are to it. Okay, now church, this is his last little, his little thing that he talked about. He said, you go to church, you like, yeah, I joined the church, yeah. Okay, but you don't want to serve, you don't want to do nothing, Or, okay, let's just say this. Okay, you doing the whole Jehovah Witness, you Catholic, whatever it is, that's your thing. Okay, Buddhist or whatever, but you ain't really doing what the faith says you should do. Like, come on. Muslims, you ain't on your deen. You out here doing what it is that you do, but you ain't really committed. Y'all supposed to pray a certain amount of times and all that. Look, this just touch J, baby. Are you committed to the thing? You out here doing what it is that you're not supposed to do? And you wondering why? It ain't working. That's what T.D. Jakes is talking about. So let me go ahead and wrap this thing up for y'all. Like I said, this is just such a J, baby. I'm just trying to put it out there in peace for you. This ain't even going to be that long. Because basically, it's all about reciprocity. You cannot think that you are going to get something. Oh, gosh, thank you, God. This is what God just said. This is what he just laid in my spirit. He talking to me, right? He said, you reap what you sow. You reaping what you're sowing. And then you don't want to be committed. You mad because it ain't going your way, but are you giving out the same thing that you're expecting? Come on, man. You want your people that work to come to work on time, but you don't show up on time? I mean, come on. Now you walk in whenever, but you got something to say to them. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know what y'all got going on. Like I said, you in this relationship. Why it ain't working and all of that? Are you actually giving out what you're getting? Are you like this? Look, I know a couple people. I just talked about that on one of my podcasts. Somebody I was cool with, I used to date, we was talking, just having, regular conversation because we're friends. And he's in a new relationship. You know what he said to me? Look, I mean, I give her like 80%. Wait a minute. This is just a touch, Jay. You like what, 40-something years old? You only giving 80%? You got to give it all. That's what T.D. Jakes said. He said, you got to give it all. Anybody knows that if you expect all, right, but you don't give all, you're shortchanging somewhere. So if you reap what you sow, and God's word said, I am not mocked, you will reap what you sow. What you put out in the atmosphere, you're going to get. It's a reflection of you. Shout out to all my reflections. Yes. Peace be to the guys. Yes. Shout out to y'all. You know, you're a reflection of everything. Everything that you have in front of you is a reflection of you. So if you're not getting something, think about what you're not giving. And this is just such a J, baby. Come on now. I'm just trying to put this out there in pieces for you. That's it. It's very, very simple. If y'all are out there going through stuff, ask yourself. You know, check yourself. You might be wrecking yourself, man. These connections that you got out here, these business ventures that you're talking about starting. And you know, oh my God, you're right, God. This is one thing I got to say. Okay, he want me to tell y'all this too. Okay. See, the misconception is that, I have an issue in my relationship, but I'm committed in all other areas. No, baby. As a man thinketh, as a woman thinketh, as you think, so are you. Because you got to think about this stuff first before you do it. So if you're struggling with commitment in one thing, baby, you're struggling with commitment with everything. Okay? It's commitment. It's reciprocity. So now you need to start looking at your reflections, like I said. Your reflections. What are you committed to? What's going on in your life? It's probably because you're not giving the reciprocity, the equal. You can't expect for your job to pay you good if you don't work hard. Right? You want good money, but you don't really want to do the work. You want to put in half the effort. Come on. T.D. Jakes basically says you're never, ever, ever going to get anywhere if you don't give that exchange. The mutual exchange, reciprocity. I've been there. I've dealt with it. Thank God I don't got to deal with that no more. No. And if I do feel like I'm giving too much and I'm not getting the same back, see you. Bye. Because I don't have time for that. It's a waste of my time. Because you're not giving me what I'm putting out. Now look, you know, catch 22 with that whole thing. You know, you have to really give all of you before you understand that that's something that you shouldn't be committed to. You have to do that. You can't just, when certain things don't go right, be out, because that's the issue that people have in marriage. Okay? Soon they say, look, for better or for worse, I'm in a relationship, rich or poor, I'm committed, and then things don't work out, then you like, look, see you later. Y'all out there going through that in marriages? That's what he said. He said, y'all struggle with that because you're really not committed. You really didn't sign up for the long haul. You just signed up, for the work until you didn't get what it is that you wanted, until you couldn't control the situation because you really weren't committed. No, man. God, everything, whatever it is y'all got going on that y'all are struggling with, you might really want to start looking at the fact that you might not be committed to that thing like you think you are. Like you said, like TD said, get a little list. Write it down. Relationship, job, family. This is what I'm getting, but am I giving back the same in return? All right? That's it. Do that little exercise. We're trying to keep this vision straight in 2020, and this is just a touch of J, baby. Like I said, I've been there, done that. Man, look, struggle with that. But I'm better, so much better. I made it. Is anybody out there, y'all made it? This is a gospel song, y'all. But anyway, look, let me skate on over here to the left, because I got things to do. I gotta go ahead, get back to working out and all that, I just had to really tell y'all about that, because some of y'all are really out there, y'all lost. Yeah, y'all lost. I'm going to put this message on my page, too. It's called Committed, TD Jakes. Check it out on My Name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. I'm going to put it out there for y'all so y'all can check it out. Yeah, because that's all that it is. You out here and you're mad because stuff ain't going right, but you got to check yourself. Because it might really be you wrecking yourself because you don't know how to be committed. Like, you got issues with it. And you looking at everybody else, why they not giving you what it is that you want, why it's not working, why it's so hard. Because you probably ain't even giving back equal. You're not giving back the same thing you're expecting. And life don't work that way, baby. It don't. All right, so look, let me go ahead and end this. All right, y'all got that? I don't want me to end this today. I was in here yelling, shouting and everything, like, go ahead, TD! My voice all jacked up. But look, how y'all want me to end this? Who is this? Come on, y'all. What is this? What is this? What is this, baby? Y'all should see how it's just pumping the air. This is just a touch of J. Yes. And I just had to put that out there in pieces for you. Okay, so what is it that I say? I'll tell y'all this, right? Don't let nobody make you feel like you ain't thorough and wise. You know, because sometimes y'all out here and y'all in these relationships and with people and jobs and all that stuff, and y'all are real committed, and they just ain't committed to you. That's going to be part 2, child. When you committed and things ain't committed to you, what do? You know, do you be out? Do you not be out? Do you stay? What was going on with that? All right, so don't let nobody make you feel like you ain't thorough and wise, because you are. You know, you are. You thorough and wise, and please don't make yourself feel like that. Especially if you out here and you struggling, you got commitment issues. You know, you might make yourself feel like you ain't thorough and wise. Like, daggone, man, I just can't get it right. You know, work on you. That's all. Let's work on you. Now, the second thing that I tell y'all is this, right? Spread love. If you got a commitment issue, you might have a problem with that because you got to issue a mutual exchange. But spread love, man, because it's the Brooklyn way. And it's just a touch of J, right? Okay. I'm trying my hardest to put this thing out there in peace for y'all. And the last thing that I tell y'all is this. Shine on them. Yes. Because they hate it, baby. Yeah. They hate it, you know. And you know, when they hate us, they got a little commitment issue too, baby. Because they dare go sure ain't trying to get no reciprocity. They too busy trying to hate. Okay, look, I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there in pieces for you. Spread love and just give y'all that one too. Because like I said, we are in the year of 2020. Like, listen, it's so many of us out here, like even me. We struggling since how we do stuff that we used to do in 2016, 17, 18, 19. And we got to get this thing together. It's 2020. We cannot be out here messed up and just blaming everybody for our mistakes. We got to work on us. We can't be running from one situation to the next situation, trying to figure out why we messing up every single situation. It got to be you. You're not being committed to anything. You're just going to the next. Okay? And I can't have my babies out here, Lord. I can't. Too many of y'all. There's so many of y'all out here listening to me. I'm obligated to keep it 100 with you. I am obligated to tell you the truth. I've been there, like I said. And y'all are there too. Some of y'all are really struggling. And I want my babies to be struggling. Please write down these things. Write down these things. And you know, you might be like, oh my God, I'm not giving what I'm getting. Or I'm giving too much and it's time for me to stop. All right? And this is just a touch of J. I love y'all. And I just had to put that out there in pieces for you. Okay? So look, I'm up out of here. Until next time. All right? Bye-bye.